All right, this is your brother Aisha Yar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned is true from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word to the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aquat that's listening and learning. Today, I'm going to get into three topics. I'm going to get into the topic of how Congress reaches an agreement to pass a new COVID relief bill. The London exodus that happened last night or the day before, whichever one it was, I forget. And then the new viral video that's going around with Jake receiving their superpowers for today. All right. So first, I'm going to begin with this. It says Congress reaches agreement on new C-19 relief bill. It says U.S. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announced Sunday night that a C-19 relief agreement has been reached. It says Senator McConnell said more help is on the way moments ago in consultation with our committees. The four leaders in the Senate and the House finalized an agreement. The nearly $900 billion rescue package includes the following in addition to money for V distribution. It says $300 enhanced weekly unemployment benefits, $600 relief checks per person, $284 billion for a second draw of the Paycheck Protection Program, providing financial relief for small businesses, $82 billion for colleges and schools, $25 billion in rental assistance, $20 billion in EIDL grants for small businesses, $13 billion in enhanced SNAP benefits, $10 billion for child care. And it says the bill expands eligibility Slovakia for federal Pell grants to include 500,000 more recipients. More than 1.5 million students will now qualify for a maximum federal Pell grant. In addition, eligibility for the Earned Income Tax Credit and Child Tax Credit can be based on 2019 income from families who experienced job loss and pay cuts in 2020. The agreement does not include the previously proposed $160 billion in assistance for state and local governments, nor does it include liability protection for businesses. The legislation does not include any student loan forgiveness. However, the legislation will extend the student loan payment pause and interest waiver. So pretty much, yeah, I think that's it, because they're not going to say nothing else that really too much after this. But pretty much, as you can see, they have passed a new bill. Now everybody's awaiting this money because, as we all know, within the first few weeks of January, this aid was supposed to run out and people were becoming afraid. People were getting anxious. People were, pretty much on the edge, man, because a lot of people were about to stop receiving money. And, a lot of people are already lining up for these food pantries now more so than ever, and people can't pay their bills. They have people out here that's protesting, saying that, hey, they should be able to stay within their apartments and everything like that because it's not their fault that they lost their jobs. As we all know, C-19 has caused people to lose their businesses, their jobs, and caused them to become poor and needy. All right. So at the end of the day, this is a relief for certain people when they heard this news, man. At the end of the day, man, this ain't nothing. Because Babylon is still going to be destroyed regardless, all right? You giving people $600 a check, and, $600 check per person, all right? Which is nothing, man. Everybody knows whether you live in an apartment or not, or in a house, man, your rent is definitely more than $600. There's a lot of people that lives with somebody else just so they can make ends meet, okay? You can even live, I already know people that live in certain trailer parks, man. They got to pay at least $300 for that. So you take half of that paycheck is going to go to that. And then the other 300 is going to go to whatever they needed to. But then that's it. That's the only check that they're going to get. Only check they're going to get, man. All right. Other than that, then they have the $300 enhanced weekly unemployment benefit. So people might be getting that if they're unemployed. And I believe they said it's only going to be for 11 weeks. So that's pretty much 2.5 months. So going into early March, that's when all of this is supposed to run out. And it makes sense, too, because, Joe Biden officially becomes president and starts his presidency, January 21st or the 20th, if it's one of those. All right. So that gives him a chance to solidify himself and to make the moves that he needs to make. And then they talking about as soon as this benefit aid runs out, that he's supposed to bring out another one. But I think otherwise. I think something else is going to happen. I think they finally going to let these things run out. I don't know for sure, but we already know that Esau has a short time. All right, so he can't keep extending this thing to help people out, to help this thing keep moving forward and forward and forward. Because as we all know, when the recession or anything starts, it always get worse later on in the time. It doesn't automatically becomes dreadful at the beginning. It always gets worse as time goes past, because like they always say, things have to get worse before they get better. So best believe 2021 is going to be a year where it will get worse. But of course, people out here, trusting in this, man. And that's another reason why a lot of people are going to get caught up out here with these things that's coming, man. This is Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, surely oppression making the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All right. A gift destroyeth the heart. This is a gift from Esau, a gift from him to you. $600. Here you go. Don't spend it all in one place. You're going to have people receive this money and everything like that. And, a lot of people probably going to use it for something that's needed and everything like that, because they don't have anything. But of course, the Jakes that's out here, or the regular people that's out here that's working and everything like that, they're going to blow it, man. They're not going to try to invest in, food or water or necessities needed for when the famine does start and everything like that. They're going to spend it on something that's not even necessary, man. All right. So a gift destroyed their heart, man, because that's all people looking at. And like I said, people who's working, they receive this extra money, they look at it as if it's income tax. Jake getting around income tax time. Oh, man, it's time to get G'd up. I'm about to buy me this fur coat, about to get me these new glasses, these new Jordans. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. That's just mind state. That's the mind state that they get in. It's not the type of mind to be in right now. You really should be saving your money and investing in things that can help you prolong when these times get even more terrible, man, because they are coming. They are coming. Just because, you got to look at it like this, too. The first time around they did it, every single person got $1,200. Okay, $1,200. And pretty much this package that they're bringing out now is half of what they did the first time. So this is letting you know that America is broke. This is letting you know that they don't have that much to give out. So what you think they're going to do on the third time around if they do it? If they do it, you saw how long it took for them to do the second one. The first one came out, I think in May or something like that. And then pretty much half a year later, at the end of this year, and they finally bring out a second one. So if they bring out a third one, once this one runs out in March, let's say they do it a second time, or a third time, I should say. And they do it, for another, and they wait for another 5 to 6 months. Think of that, man. Think of that, man. That's a lot of time for people not having the things that they need to survive. All right. And then, like I said, they're broke. OK, the more money they pump into this system to bring out these stimulus packages, that's the more that the dollar decreases within value. OK, so then the next time they could cut that one in half. Next thing people only receive $300, and or they could take out certain things for aid for colleges and schools or whatever the case may be. OK, it's going to continue to get worse because America can't continue to do this, man. They don't have the money to do it. And but they might continue to do it because they're going to make themselves broke on purpose anyway. All right. Because they want this digital era to happen. They want the RFID chip to be in place at one point or another. All right. This is Isaiah 30:1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, have not acts of my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. It's going to be your shame and your confusion, man, because that's for the simple fact that they're giving you money. Then you're going to trust within this place. You're going to be like, look, they trying to take care of us, so I'm going to trust in this government. I'm going to do everything in my power to have a positive mind and move forward. Well, you actually should be trusting in Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah, man. These stimulus checks are not going to do anything for you. They're not gonna do anything for you, man. Like I said, what you gonna do with this when you get it? For the people who have to go to these food banks and everything like that, what really is $600 gonna do for them? Yeah, they're gonna have, some type of relief for a little while. They could be like, oh, okay, well, we got $600 when maybe we can, pay certain bills on time, or we can buy a little bit more food than usual. But like I said, that $600 can run out within that 1 week for a lot of people, within that one day. And that's it. They'll be like, well, you got your check. Have fun with it. Do whatever you want with it, because we're not giving you any more money until we feel like we can do it. Look how long it took them to bring this out. All of these debates and arguments they had within each other, just so they could finally come up with an agreement with this, man. It's a done deal, man. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So, you're not supposed to be trusting in this, man. The only thing you should be trusting in is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua to get you out of any situation, man. He's the one that controls everything. Trust in him, and he'll guide you to make sure that you have shelter, food, and water, and everything like that, man. All right? But like I said, a lot of people not going to do that. So let's get into the next topic. This is the next topic right here. Jake receiving superpowers because of December 21st. And then this came from on this day. They said Saturn and Jupiter, I believe, they're supposed to be aligned together to the point where it looks like one planet. And it's supposed to give out some type of vibration in the world where, that vibration connects with the so-called minorities and everything like that. And now they can really open up their spirits to greater things outside of what they are right now. But at the end of the day, we all know that you have to wait on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua to receive these spiritual powers. And the only way you can receive these spiritual powers in the first place is if you're part of the elect. That's it. You can't just out of nowhere, and just because some planets align together, then you just get these powers and now you can just do whatever you want. No, man, you got to earn that, man. That's a great gift. That's a great gift to be able to say that you can fly, you can run fast and not become weary. You can shoot fireballs, lasers out of your eyes, whatever the case may be. That is a gift. That is something you definitely have to earn. That is something that is not just going to be given, man. But before I continue, let's play this video because it's hilarious. It's definitely hilarious. But this is just showing you that Jake knows he's greater than something that he already is, man. All right. So let's play this video real quick.
They messed up. Hey guys, RDC TV here. We know it's the 21st and we see you guys with your capes. We was trying to see if you would explain how you're going to use your powers for good.
Explain? Nigga, we ain't explaining shit, nigga.
Hey, this the news, huh? Hey, at the days of niggas explaining shit to y'all niggas, that shit is over. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But what we can do is flex these powers on your head top. Hey, show him what you can do real fast. Show him.
You got it.
Hey, that's only one power he got. That's fine. Hey, show him.
Me,
you up next. Go on. Hey, and we call that nigga folk flat. Yes, we got hero names. What you think mine is? He's a boy. Hey, you know what it is. Hey, hold on. Let him come back.
Jump man here. With you, baby.
Jump man, stop playing with us. Hey, so now that we got these powers, we want to enact a few changes for y'all. The first thing is how y'all did us in the 17 and 1800s. That's how we gonna do y'all.
Wait. What do you mean?
What you mean?
You stupid?
What do you mean?
I said what y'all did to us in the 1700s and 1800s. That's what we gonna do to y'all. So if y'all did good to us, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you referring to slavery?
Hey, nigga, you said it about us.
Hey, you said that.
Hey, you said
That's all we said. Hey, in them $600 stimulus checks, y'all gonna live off that shit.
Y'all live exactly.
Exactly.
Y'all got that.
Y'all vaccines, y'all doing that shit first. Everything that y'all made us do, you doing. Cause how you gonna stop us? Not saying we gonna do nothing. But how you gonna stop us? Hey, so I just want to tell you one more thing real fast. Hey, we in the new Justice League. You know what I'm saying? Folk flat, jump man. We in the new Justice League. So y'all gonna do what we say, all right? Now broadcast this to everybody. Because if we don't see this broadcasting, we gonna come see y'all. We gonna come see y'all, all right? So Justice League, who? Yeah, folk flat, jump man, heater, and every other black person you see, they all the Justice League too. Hey, y'all better do what we say. We gone.
So as you just saw, man, this is the mindset that Jake is in, and the thing is, man, the video actually is, it's funny as hell to the fullest. It's funny to the fullest. You know, I laughed hard as hell when I first saw that video, you know. But at the end of the day, man, you know, this is not the day where you're gonna be seeing Jake receive spiritual powers and everything like that because of planets aligning and everything like that. But when you look at the video, it is uplifting, man. It is, because when he said, especially when he said in the video, what can y'all do to us? You know what? And that's the thing. What can Esau do to somebody with spiritual power, man? And that's one of the things that's making the elites nervous, because they know that the 144,000 is waking up, and he knows that Yahushua is coming back with the angels, man. And yeah, the power that they have on this side, this great power that they have developed, it can't fight against a man with spiritual power, man. You know, so when they said that, like, hey, everything you did to us within the 1700s and 1800s, we doing to y'all. And then, you know, you heard the dude behind the scenes like, hold on, man, what you mean? That should be the mindset of these Edomites out here, man, because that's how shaky y'all should actually sound, because that will happen. That will happen, man. Men with spiritual power are going to come out here and we finna round you up, man. That is going to happen. So like I said, when I saw the video, it was a uplifting. It did put me an uplifting feeling, because, you know, we are coming into those times, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to avenge, you know, upon his enemies, man. And he's going to use men to do it. He's going to use his elect to do it, man. But at the end of the day, Jake, you cannot just receive spiritual powers out of nowhere, man. All right. This ain't for you right now. Like I said, you got to be a 1/3 at that, man. You got to be part of the elect, you know. As it is written in the scripts, that 2/3 of our people are going to die, man. So, yeah, all of these people that's, you know, looking forward to these powers or whatever, and, hey, y'all got like what, according to this world, the next day comes in at midnight. So it's like 4:19 right now. So what y'all got, like 6 hours, something like that, or whatever. y'all 7 hours, whatever, 8 hours. Salakia, y'all got like 8 hours and everything like that before the day is over. We'll see what happens, but we already know what the deal is, man. This is Psalms 110:3. It says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy power. Yeah, you know, Jake is willing, man. Jake knows that he's greater than what he already is, man. They know that they're supposed to be greater than what they are. And I was watching Elder Monatazak's video, and he pretty much is saying the same thing. He was just like, hey, they know that these things aren't going to happen, because you can tell that they've been watching the Israelite videos or whatever, because where would they get that from, as far as like, yeah, you know, we're going to get our revenge on you people from doing this to us within the 17 and 1800s, because there's nothing you can do about it. Only thing you can do is just pretty much is go with the flow, because you can't stop a man with spiritual powers. So, you know, when you watch the video, you can see that when you watch that video, I mean, you could see that they've been watching our videos, but, you know, they don't want to come back to the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All they want to do is just continue to be a part of the world and giving everything. And that's been Jake's mentality for the longest. They don't like to work for anything, man. We were speaking about that at camp yesterday, actually. You know, Jake doesn't like to work for anything, man. Only thing that he likes to do is just be given everything, man, because, you know, Jake's been beat down so much in the mind and in the body and everything like that, man. You know, he doesn't want to work for it. At the end of the day, man, we are under Esau's rulership. And so, you know, you got to do what you got to do on this side, man. But as far as receiving spiritual power goes, nah, man, you got to get in this book. And you got to get the correct doctrine as well, man. All right. You got to be out here teaching the correct doctrine. You got to go out to them highways and the byways, present your bodies as a living sacrifice. OK, get deep into these scriptures, learn these scriptures, teach your people these scriptures, because this is not just a black thing. This is a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American thing, because you all make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the chosen people. You got to wake up those people as well. You got to put in the work, do videos, do whatever it is you need to do to please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And then if you're worthy enough, then you can receive those spiritual powers if you're part of the elect, man. You got to work for that, man. Like I said, that is a great gift, because your bodies are going to be changed. You don't have to worry about being within this flesh, man. And like he said in the video too, that was on point, man. What can you do to a person with superpowers? Nothing. If you have superpowers right now, man, you can literally just live. You wouldn't worry about going to work. You wouldn't worry about even having a house. You wouldn't even care, man. You will fly to the nearest island or whatever, sleep in the jungle or whatever, get the oranges and apples off of the trees, make food appear on your own. You wouldn't care about nothing, man. But like I said, you got to earn that. This is Romans 10:1. It says, "Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge." See that? They have a zeal according to the Most High. They have the feeling. They have the zest, so to speak. They know that they're supposed to be greater than what they are and everything like that. And they know deep down that they are the chosen people. And they know they're supposed to be on a greater plateau than living in the hoods and the ghettos and everything like that. But they don't have the zeal according to knowledge, man. You're supposed to have that type of faith and that type of, I ain't gonna say power, but pretty much, yeah, you're supposed to have that type of faith and that type of spirit. There you go, that type of spirit. But you have to add knowledge unto it. Okay? You can't just be out here saying like, yeah, man, on this day, we're going to receive these powers and then we're going to do whatever we want. No, everything goes according to the Most High's time. Everything goes according to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai's time. All right? You have to wait on him. He the one that controls everything that's going on right now. He's going to do things within his time. Okay? And then when that time happens, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. When you see these things happen, it's going to be at the correct time. It ain't going to be at a time where people over here trying to become YouTube. Let's think of that too, man. Let's think if Jake received those superpowers right now, man. First thing they'll do, because the Lord ain't here. You got to look at it like that. The Lord is not here. So if Jake actually received those superpowers, the first thing they would do is try to go viral on YouTube, try to, try to get as many followers on Instagram and everything like that, making all kind of videos or acting a fool in Walmart or whatever because they got these certain powers and everything like that. Jake wouldn't know how to act, man. Why? Because he doesn't have the knowledge. He doesn't have the correct zeal. He's still wicked, man. That's why the spiritual power will only be given to the elect. All right. So let's go to the last topic real quick. We're going to go to Dabu 77's page real quick. Salakia, let me and go to his page real quick, and we're going to play this video right here. Because this is about the London exodus that's happening. Because everybody's getting tired of the lockdowns that's going on. All right. It's that the second lockdown is happening and people is not having it. So let's listen to what he have to say real quick.
This is Dabu 7. We have word out of the UK now that many people have tried to escape the wrath of this lockdown, fleeing the country before this Tier 4 restriction went into place. Last night at midnight, everything started to go into motion for the folks in the UK. They're saying they're asking the public to not travel to Kent ports or other routes to France after this announcement. This could remain in effect until Easter, they say. We have 16 million Britons now required to stay at home and tens of thousands trying to scramble to get out of the capital late Saturday night. You can see them here trying to catch trains, buses, flights, cabs, whatever, to get out of the region. Now, they're saying that Boris Johnson made this bombshell announcement introducing this Tier 4 restriction in London and southwest England to mitigate the spread of what they're calling a new strain of this virus. This has sparked traffic jams, crowded terminals, and it's become really chaotic. Other countries have followed suit in making announcements connected to this. But what has begun here is they have rolled out that there is a new strain that is going all over the place and causing hell. And because people don't want to get locked down, they're running. They're not running because of the strain that was announced. They're running because they don't want to be locked down. Look, I just tweeted out some viral information that you're not going to find out here on YouTube, okay, or any of these other platforms that want to take out truth. So make sure you're following me on Parler and DLive from here. I'm telling you, the information that we're kicking out, you're not going to find on these other sites. What, are you going to wait months till you stumble across the videos somewhere else? Get on top of it now. I'm telling you, you're not going to find the keys out here in some of these videos. You just simply won't, because they'll cease to exist. You need to get over to a place where we can speak freely about this in great detail, and so we can get something done, because we're running out of time. I'll leave links below. Join us. D-Live, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Live streams at 9 p.m. Eastern. You'll find links below. Much love.
So have you just heard, people are trying to escape London because they don't want to go through the strange lockdowns that's coming. They're getting tired of being locked down. And, the majority of those people over there in London, those are Edomites, and Edomites are losing their freedom. They're losing their heaven, man. They're losing their time to enjoy themselves. And they're realizing that their own people are bringing this harsh this harsh lockdown, these harsh rules, these laws upon their own people. And they getting tired of it, man. They want to live the way that they want to live, man. They want to enjoy their lives, and they can't do it. They can't do it. And this is why we keep telling you all, this is the new normal, and it's only going to continue to get worse. Nothing will go back to the way it was. They're going to keep bringing these drastic laws and everything like that so they can finally usher in these mandatory Crown Royal shots and these mandatory RFID chips. Okay, and that's what's coming, man. And before we even get to those points, like I said, major things are going to happen as far as martial law, as far as famine and everything like that, man. Speaking of, let's just go straight into the scriptures, man. We can go straight to 2nd Esdras. Go to 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Salakia. Okay, it says, in 2nd Esdras 15 and 14, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and sword in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And that's what's happening, as beginning of what's happening right now, man. They're not regarding their kings nor their princes. They're not regarding their senators, their governors, their presidents, whatever the case may be. People are getting tired of it, man. It's going into 2021, and a lot of people are trying to enjoy these last two holidays, which is Christmas and New Year's. They're trying to enjoy these two last holidays with a big group of people, and they're not worried about the C-19, man. They're not worried about it, man. They want to celebrate and have a good time, and they don't want any restrictions, man. They want people to leave them alone. But that's the thing, man. Esau is not about to leave you alone. And like I said, this scripture goes deeper, because this scripture definitely is going to come alive once, everything is really taken away from everyone. Okay, once Esau really brings on that tight grip around the people to the point of that pressure, to the point where they make people take these shots and the RFID chip, that's when people are going to start really not regarding their princes nor their kings, man. Okay, because they're going to realize what's really going on, because it's only so much more time that Esau can hide himself to what he really wants to do to this whole world. He's going to have to bring it one of these days, because the Most High is not having him in rulership that much longer. The Most High is going to harden his heart, and he's going to start making these moves soon, okay? But the point is, in verse 17, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Now, ultimately, this scripture is going to come alive, because, there are going to be checkpoints in all of these cities and everything like that. And martial law is going to make sure that you can't travel outside of where you are unless you have, one, the C-19 shot and validation or verification that you have taken it. And two, if you don't have the RFID chip. If you don't have the RFID chip, they're not going to allow you to move. They're going to allow you to stay where you're at. And that's where a lot of people are going to start bugging out and losing patience, because they're going to realize, like, man, if I don't get this, I can't travel. I can't feed my family. I can't feed myself. I can't pay my rent. I can't do this. I can't do that. And this is what it's going to cause a lot of people to buckle down and take it, man. This is why we say this is really going to be a show of faith, man. You have to really believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And like it says, and around these times, then shall you know who are my chosen. Because the ones that really believe, truly believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, they're going to go through these things. They're going to go days without eating. They're going to go in certain situations when they might get cast into prison or become martyrs or whatever the case may be. They're going to go through these things. The elect are going to go through these things, because we knew what was going on. And all we're doing is making sure we're on the right side, man. We making sure we're on the right side of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh so we can be saved, man. So that's the mind state that you need to be in. But right now, you're seeing the beginning of people not being able to go into certain cities. People are literally trying to leave where they are because they're about to lock them down again. Okay? They must have locked them down again, and people are not having it, man. They already had this whole year where people can do anything. I remember when this first started, man, there was so many people that's like, please, y'all, please, just social distance. Please just wear the mask so we can hurry up and get things back to normal, because I can't do this where I got to be in that house with my family all the time. People don't even like their own family members, man. People look at going to work or, going to the bar or whatever as a way to get away from their loved ones. Yeah, they might love their family and everything like that, but they don't want to be around them all the time. They want to get away from them, man, because at the end of the day, a lot of these people, can't stand them. They just deal with them. And like I said, man, and these people are getting tired of it. That's why they call it the London Exodus, man. There's a great gathering of people trying to escape, trying to get away from these lockdowns, man, trying to get away from these troublesome times. But like I said, man, London is not going to be the only place that this happens to. This is going to happen to the whole world, man. The whole world is about to feel this. Okay, and now they're already talking about a new thing of the C-19 and spreading over there in the UK and everything like that. And now they're getting to the point where they're about to do even more drastic measures to keep people under control. So you best believe America is about to follow suit. America's about to follow suit, because you already know they're going to have it to the point where they'll be like, well, somebody from the UK came over to America and now it's happening over here. And I remember one of the brothers was like in the video, he was like, Bill Gates had a smirk on his face when he was like, yeah, we didn't get people's attention that much when the first lockdown happens, but when the second one locked down, and then when he said that, he had a smirk on his face. He was like, yeah, when the second lockdown happens, people will have our attention. Because Bill Gates knows that when the second lockdown happens, that's when all hell break loose, man. That's when all hell is getting ready to break loose, and people need to be in their right minds, man. We need to be in our right minds. All right, let's get Isaiah 10:1. This is Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless." All right. Unrighteous decrees, unrighteous laws, man. This is an unrighteous law to lock the people down. Why? Because you the one that started the C-19. You the one that made this pandemic in the first place. So when you say that people can't do certain things and everything like that, you're adding law on top of law on top of law, and you're the one that created all of this chaos. But that's the point, because they're trying to get order out of chaos, man. They're trying to control the people through chaos. They're trying to have a reason to have martial law out here, and they're trying to have a reason to chip these people, because they already know a lot of people will resist. So once they see people wilding out and everything like that, people can't eat, people can't find aid and everything like that. And then out of nowhere, they're like, hey, they're going to come up and stand up as the so-called big brother, the one that can save you and do all of these other things. Hey, look, I know things has definitely been tough, but if you really want to make sure that your life is in order, come to us. All you got to do is just take the C-19 shot and go ahead and take this chip, and your life can go back to normal. And watch people do it. Watch people do it, because why? They made these unrighteous decrees, and they're going to force you to come and comply with their rules, man. They're going to force you to agree, because they're going to put you in a position that's going to become super uncomfortable, man. Super uncomfortable. At the end of the day, you're not supposed to do that, especially if you're an Israelite. If you're an Israelite, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, you're not supposed to buckle, man. You're supposed to go through the hell that the Most High got for you and stay faithful until death, man. All right? This is Ephesians 5:15. It says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is." Okay, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to understand what the will of the Lord is. We know what the will of the Lord is, man. He's getting ready to destroy Babylon the Great, which is America. He's getting ready to wipe this place out with World War III by thermonuclear destruction. He's getting ready to bring famine upon this place. He's getting ready to use the troops to set up checkpoints and everything like that. Because, like I said, he's gonna show us who are the elect, man. He's gonna show us who are the ones that's gonna be bearing these hard times, man. You know, we have to stay in that spirit. No matter what happens to us, man, we got to have faith that, hey, look, he's going to feed us. He's going to give us something to drink. He's going to guide us to safety. You know, he's going to put the spirit on us to go through being a martyr, if that's our case or whatever the case may be. You know, we're going to fight, and we're going to keep saying in our minds that we are not going to take this chip, and we are not going to take that jab, man. We're supposed to redeem the time because we know the days are evil. Stay circumspect, man. Look out what's going on and be wise, man. Stay in the spirit, because like we all say, it's only going to get worse from here, man. We only got this week, a week and a half left for 2020, and then the new troubles begin as soon as 2021 begins, man. So stay in the spirit, man, and hey, don't worry about these things that's getting ready to come. So with that, man, I'm going to say, call Halayim Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, which I learned is true from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwath that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratazah, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.